Tupac's death has remained one of hip-hop's biggest mysteries for decades. Now the internet is losing its mind over a video that many believe shows the rapper alive in Cuba. Even Suge Knight has fueled the speculation.
Tupac not dead. You know he's somewhere smoking a Cuban cigar on the island somewhere, you know what I mean?
The clip is breaking the internet, and one specific detail in the footage has everyone talking. Let's get into the details. Where the Cuba theory comes from. The claim that Tupac Shakur is alive in Cuba was not invented on TikTok in 2024. It was born the moment the white Cadillac disappeared into the Las Vegas dark and no arrest followed, and it has been fed, piece by piece over nearly 3 decades, by a combustible combination of symbolic art, ambiguous celebrity statements, and the simplest engine of all, grief. The architecture of the theory rests on a few specific pillars. The first is family. Assata Shakur, Tupac's godmother, and the sister of his stepfather, Mutulu Shakur, had been living in Cuban exile since 1984, protected by Fidel Castro's government as a political dissident and a standing insult to U.S. law enforcement. Theorists argue that Cuba was already intimate terrain for Tupac's inner circle, that the Assata connection created a pre-existing pipeline to sanctuary, that a man who grew up inside a family hunted by the FBI might logically disappear to the same island where his godmother lived. Assata Shakur died in Cuba in September 2025, but for 30 years, her presence there was the gravitational center of the theory. The second pillar is the Machiavelli album. Tupac recorded the Don Illuminati, the 7-day theory under the alias Machiavelli, a reference to Niccolo Machiavelli, who fans claim advocated faking death to confuse enemies. The album packaging reads, "Exit, Tupac, enter, Machiavelli." The cover shows Tupac crucified in the posture of Christ, resurrection imagery made literal. Lines like, "Expect me like you expect Jesus to come back, I'm coming," were treated not as artistic metaphor, but as instruction. Every posthumous album that followed, 7 went platinum, kept that cultural heartbeat alive, a ghost that refused to stop releasing music. The third pillar, and the most powerful, was Suge Knight's mouth. In a 2014 TMZ interview, Knight, the man who sat in the driver's seat while Tupac bled, was asked why no one had ever been arrested for the murder. His answer became the most cited piece of evidence in the Cuba theory's entire canon.
Why you think nobody been arrested if they said they didn't want to kill Tupac?
Because they're snitching to the police, so they ain't
Not
gonna get
just
arrested.
snitching.
And then came the line, "The internet never stopped."
Smart, son, because Tupac not
Ain't as smart
dead.
as
He extended it without hesitation.
Tupac not dead. You know he's somewhere smoking a Cuban cigar on the island somewhere, you know what I mean?
Knight's credibility at this point was already deeply compromised. He had been in and out of prison, was known for playing to cameras, and made similarly vague statements in 2012 and 2017. But the theory needed someone with proximity to the event, and Knight had it. He was in the car. He was grazed by the same bullets. When Suge Knight says Tupac not dead, the words land with a weight that an anonymous forum post never could. Then, in 2018, the theory found a new messenger in Knight's own son, Jacob Knight, going by the name Jacob rather than Suja Jr. He said at the time, to make people feel safe, posted a series of Instagram stories claiming Tupac was alive in Malaysia and recording new